The gal from Germany got back up faster. It's all about recovery. You know what? Life is short, and at my age, you realize it's just like toilet paper. It goes faster at the end. And I am dead serious. It goes faster at the end. And it's all about recovery. Look what we recovered from. We can do it, and you can do it. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Aron Ralston. And how many of you heard about him? The guy that was caught between a rock and a hard place. I mean, this is tough. It's all about decisions, and he makes it very clear. He had to make a choice. He had to make a choice between either dying, which was inevitable, or cutting off his hand with this little pocket knife that actually happened to be rusty besides. And he did the unthinkable. The bottom line is, if you can't, you must. If you must, you can't. People need a challenge. Kids need challenges. And if you don't give them the right challenge, I'm going to tell you, they're going to find, the bad way to act it out. But you got to give people a challenge. And if you want peak performance, you absolutely have to challenge them. Now, we're dealing with a disease. We're actually dealing with this disease right now, and it's called narcissistic sclerosis. It's a hardening of the heart. It's all about me. We've lost our sense of community. Have you noticed this? It's all about me, me, me. And it's about entitlement. It's created a sense of arrogance. I think we have to get back to the little red. How many of you remember the little red hen story? If you don't help me plant those seeds, if you don't fertilize it, if you don't hoe the garden, you don't get to eat the bread. It's all about choices. It's about consequences. I don't think we have to teach our children what to think. We have to teach them how to think, how to live, how to make good choices, whether it's what they eat, how they exercise, and what they do. And again, I said before, it's all about what are you rewarding. And I'll tell you another thing. Passivity is permission. It's encouragement. If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. If you're not interfering, what we have to do, 85% of the kids in every bullying incident is a bystander. We have to convert them. But one of the bystanders I might be looking at right here in this audience. And I will tell you, if I am holding this up, what is happening? Is anything happening? What if I hold it up for 2 hours? Does something happen? What happens? Does anything change? Does anything change? What's happening? It's getting dang heavy after a couple hours, isn't it? It's getting real heavy. I'm going to tell you, nothing changes until you do. I'm going to get real tired if I don't put this down. Let me ask you another question when I'm talking about taking action. How many of you would give me $1 for these two $1 bills? You would. Anybody else? Yeah, it's double the return. You're not going to get that in the stock market. You're not going to get 100% return. You know what's interesting? There are hundreds of people in this room, and not one person got up to double their return. Somebody said, why don't you use a $50 bill? I said, they might take me up on it. I might not take the chance. But it's making a point. Cows don't drink milk. You got to drink the cow, or you got to milk the cow. Okay, well, being from Wisconsin, that's how we do it there. That's why they're not making any money. They're drinking their cows. But the bottom, okay, you got the point. Nobody got up. There's no free lunch. Most of you know exactly what you need to do, but you're not taking the action. You see the opportunity, but you are not taking the action. And know that, like I said before, activities hardwire our brain. Whether it's you or the kids that you affect and influence, you got to hardwire them. When I was talking about the narcissism, there was an experiment they did with marshmallows. And they gave these little kids marshmallows and said, you know